There is a lot tied to being an athlete and how that transitions to real life. You know, the things that you're learning now, you might feel like the coaches are getting on you, you know, telling you to do certain things time and time and time and repetition. The truth of the matter is that once you start to learn to perfect certain things, it's going to aid you in your future. So let's go ahead and we'll start down here with you said, what are some things from being an athlete that has transitioned you into law enforcement, and how do those two things correlate?
And being a father, and if I say, you know what, I'm not going to work today, I'm just gonna sit here and relax, chill, I give up. My kids gonna turn them lights on or open that fridge, they expecting what? When you open the refrigerator, what are you expecting? Right, when you turn on the light switch, what are you expecting? Exactly. So that's what I'm basically what I'm saying is my drive is not only them, but for myself. I pride myself into being able to provide for a family and to having a good reputation for myself, where my brother Mike can say, oh, I know a guy, an officer Cedric, he does this X, Y, and Z. I pride myself in for somebody to be able to speak highly for me as I speak highly for them.
For you slept in the car for a week. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you quit?
No, for me it was always my parents. My parents. My dad's a minister, as I told you guys. So traveled around. My dad's mentality has always been to help others. So coming from an island like Haiti, where you don't have much, for him to set a life to make it and be successful. So for me, it was not letting them down, right? So I always thought about friends that gave up, and that made some bad decisions. So for me, it's always in the back of my mind of, I'm a believer. It's because I grew up in church. So faith is something that was spoken of daily in my house. I had to be in church 4 times a week. It wasn't by choice. So being a pastor's kid, you had to be the example. So I was forced to have a certain mindset of belief, and I saw miracles where God opened doors for people. So I believed that. So when I came here, I just knew, well, if that's where you need me, that's where I'm supposed to be, then that's where I'm going. Didn't have a plan, all of my clothes in my car, took a shower in my friend's dorm room and went to class. Kept it going because I knew there was a path. And there's certainly, sure enough, through meeting my brother Omar here, there's a woman here that was named Dr. Still, Rebecca Still, who was over the music program. And lo and behold, athletics didn't work out. But of course I grew up in church, singing in the choir. So that was my ticket to actually being successful in college and being able to earn a scholarship. Never knowing about going to church would have been the meal ticket for me to get the scholarship. So every little thing you do at this age, you don't know how it's gonna impact you in the long run. So just being able to sing a little bit was what I was able to use to kind of earn some scholarship money that I needed to be able to not have to worry about my parents. I never called my parents and complained. So for me, that was my drive, to make it on my own and be a man, and as you said, Ted, to be responsible, and I want to be able to provide for my family. My parents did enough at that point. For me now, it's up for me to figure it out. Get here, figure it out, follow the models, make the right friends, right? I've known these guys since I was here as a student. So when you surround yourself with that group of energy, positive energy, as Mike talked about, those guys are gonna push you instead of saying, man, let's go hang out to the beach instead of going to class. No. Let's go to class first, then we'll go to the beach. So for me, it was always the motivation of failure. I don't like to fail. So sleeping in that car for me was just part of that journey. Yeah, it was tough. I was in my car crying every night, like, God, why am I going through this? Why do I have to go through that? But it sharpened me. And now the same school that I slept in the car in, now I'm the director of admissions here, which is, to me, I still don't believe it. How did I even get it? It was just never giving up that mindset of, man, I'm not gonna fail, I'm not gonna fail, I'm not gonna fail. I have faith. So that belief system is powerful. When someone believes in you and gives you a little bit of energy, but positive energy, to me, that's all you need in life. Surround yourself with the right people and continue to believe in yourself. So for me, it was just not letting my parents down, and make sure I set the right example for my younger cousins, right? To say, hey, if this guy can do it, now so can you. So that's all it was all about for me, is just not failing in anything and just continue to believe in what you do.
Class is weird though. I enjoyed combat. I had a blast. I didn't like the Marine Corps back in the rear, with the salute and the drill and the type and like that. Send me out there where the fight was. But coming from a sports standpoint, it's controlled chaos. Simple. I'm gonna go out with my guys, I'm gonna bring you back. Very simple. That's it. There's no politics. There's no money involved. There was no girls calling. I had worried about absolutely nothing. It was probably some of the most peaceful Zen time of my life because the only thing I worried about was, right, we all coming back. That's it. No, there was no red, blue, there was no none of that. I'm gonna get you back to your family. That's it. That was my goal. And from that, and even throughout my life, I have a very small, achievable goal, and my students know this. Be better than you were yesterday, even for a little bit. Just a little better. Every place I've touched, every life I've touched, I wanted to be just a little bit better than when I got there. Try not to have enemies out here in this world. I look at that as just a job. I have no beef with the Afghan people. It's a job. If I'm here for even the small speck for 100 years, it's a very small fraction of how long this earth is going to be here. So while I'm here, I'm going to do just a little more bad than good. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to fail. He doesn't like failure. I don't like it. But I'll tell you, I have failed a lot. I haven't failed marriage. I'm keeping it plugged with you. I messed up a lot. I messed up in high school. Didn't even graduate from the same one I started because I made some bad decisions. I had to leave school, had to go graduate from another one. I was trying to get on the FBI. Got my degree after I got out, trying to be a mechanical engineer, went to the Marine Corps, came back, finished up my degree in Homeland Security, did a whole bunch of counterintelligence, wanted to still do old secret squirrel stuff, jump out of planes and FBI. I got up to that level, found out that almost everybody applying speaks 3 languages. I'm in there with dudes, I thought my nice little shooter resume was cute. It was cute to me. So I got in a room with former ATF, former marshal, 12-year sheriff, 2 languages, 3 languages, 4. This dude came in there with a rolled up, button up. I'm like, at least I got this guy beat. No, he speaks a light Arabic. He was from Nigeria. He spoke French, Spanish, English, and light Arabic. Light Arabic? I'm still working on English. That was the last class I took. So, yeah, didn't work out. And usually this question comes out like, well, why didn't I go to be a police? Well, I have good relationships with a lot of police here, Chief Young and a lot of them. But I'd rather fix you up before you have to see him. I'd rather get your mind right, get you on the right path so you don't have to see him. So you can see him on the street and be like, what's up, officer? And have no problems because you're already doing the right things.
Yes, what? You really do.
You really do. You see him, it's too late.
It's too late.
I'm seeing you on the news like this.
You don't see him, you just feel him.
But my main motivation was just to leave something better than it was when I got there. Living faith, mainly, Flagler Warriors, Flagler Knights. Whatever I did there, somebody can tell you about me, be like, yo, he was here, he was good, he was dope. He put some kind of positive influence, because you're only here until you're gone. Everything is. Life, relationships, world in general, it's gonna end. Either voluntarily or involuntarily. So while you're here, make a positive impact and then leave. You guys are sand crab, you guys are buccaneers, eventually, you might be Bama, right along the next side of Mainland Buck. There's you Clemson, you man, Buck, now y'all together, and y'all but then guess what? Now all y'all on the Packers, some on the Cowboys, now the names is gonna change. It's like that. A lot of people at Mainland right now, it used to be Cowboys and this and that and Warriors. The names change. Just do something positive while you're there. Make the best out of it, the best situation, make the best out of it you can, then leave. And when you get to your next situation, those small achievable goals. Are you stronger than when you were yesterday? Did you do something today that made you better than you were yesterday? Get up. Hey, I got a half mile run. Just jog a little bit. Because somebody's not doing it. Like this in the video, somebody's not. me and my boys, we're gonna run after this. Regardless of what we do here, we're gonna get equipment, we'll knock at the bridge, we're gonna spray the bridge, come on back. And we're doing something that a varsity person in the position, they're rising freshman, whatever somebody else in varsity is not doing today. Because high school, the program that you're in, y'all got a good program, we got a good program, is the standard. That's just a tool that you have. That's a tool in your tool belt. But the best players just use that tool as a baseline and they do things above it. Everybody has a basic high school program. It's what you do outside of that program. That's what the elite athletes do. And those guys are just sleeping on their talent. Well, eventually, they're they're good, they're fast, they're tall, they're naturally like this. And what you can do is keep creeping on them. Keep creeping on them day by day, inch by inch, forward, till you're sitting there looking at them eye to eye. Now they're gonna have to earn that position. You're gonna make them earn it. And then eventually, they're gonna slip up one time, they're gonna miss that one practice because they swear they just got y'all beat. And you're gonna get that foot in that door, you're gonna get in that game. And you're gonna make that one play. And he's gonna be like, Coach, put me in. He's gonna be like, hold on. Let's see what he got. The other guy's in there, he doing something. Now he ain't gonna take you out. Now hold on, let's see what he got. Make that your mission. And every day, do something to get there.
You said when you came to Bethune, you hated school. Or you went to start college, you hated it in Hampton, sorry. You hated school, hated education, or just didn't feel like you fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see yourself in when a student is coming to you and is struggling, and you can point it out and see it? What are some of the things that you draw in from the inner you that was at one point in time hated it to transition into loving it, to maintain that student in class?
Yeah. Well, I think for everyone in here, and part of my story, and I think again, somebody in here, when students come see me, they'll see me sitting at my desk looking reasonably nice. And I gotta remind them, because when I was at LSU, I had a guy come into my office. I worked at LSU in athletics, and I had big old lineman come in who thought he had all the struggles, and he thought I was gonna cut him a break because he came, as he told me, I come from the gutter. I don't know what I've been through. And I told him, as simple as I'm telling you, if you're not gonna use what you've been through to propel you to the next level, you ain't nothing but a storyteller. And I ain't got time for storytelling. So you need to sing me a new song and create. If you can't use it, don't tell me about it. So, but for everyone that I get a chance to interact with, tell me about your dream. That's what I want to know. Tell me about what you want to do. Because you can list all the things that you don't like and you don't want. Tell me what you want to do. Because now we need to create a path to what you want to get to. Because, and I say this about everywhere I've been, there's no institution with 100% graduation rate. But I gotta build the man, I gotta build the woman, because someday if I put enough into you, you'll realize that you gotta be educated. Okay? I ain't say college graduate, but you must be, what I said? Educated. That means that if you go down here, if you find a city with the top slinger, bringing in 50 G's a night, they've been educated in that slinging of that, whatever they doing. And if you look at, again, a Bill Gates or the Tesla, Musk, they've educated themselves to a point where they make money off of what they've been educated in. Yeah. So, number one, I'm a dreamer. So everything that's gotten me to where I am, I'm a dreamer, man. Like, I'm beyond, they call it eternal optimist. Because I remember playing basketball, and some of my friends, this was back, I graduated high school in '87, and Jordan had just gotten into the league and he was rolling. So, we doing our little thing in high school, and people used to ask, riding on the bus to the game, oh, you think you can be Michael Jordan? What y'all think I said?
Of course, yeah.
I said, I put the H on it. H, yeah, I can do it. And they clowned it, oh man, ain't no way you can't do it. I said, man, just think about it. My best day in high school was 28 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists. That was my best game ever. Give me my best day ever and his worst day ever, I got a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, and see, it's possible. You can't tell me it's not possible. Is it probable? No. But it's, all you gotta show me is a possibility. And I say this for everybody in here. There are times when you're gonna feel like you can't. I grew up in a house, I had 7 siblings. I shared clothes with my brother until I outgrew him. We slept in the same bed until he went off to the army. So don't think about where you come from, it's about what you're trying to get to. All right? So it's about your dream, and you gotta get up every day with your mindset. Don't get up, first thing you grab is your phone and see what the world gonna tell you about you. Get up saying, you know what, this is gonna be the best day of my life. That's how I live every day. Like that miracle is about to happen. We walk out of here sometime today, something gonna happen. And that's how it get me from day to day that the miracle is coming. Believing that you can get there. You believing that whatever opportunity is out there for you, you can get it. That's what you gotta dream. So that's the thing that's just continued just to move me. And the students that I deal with, tell me the dream and how we can get there. You say, Doc, I'm trying to go to the moon. Know what I'm gonna say? What color is that spaceship, baby? But as soon as you start acting like you want to go somewhere else, I'm not riding it with you no more. I'm gonna ride the dream as far as we can ride it. But as soon as you jump off, I got my parachute. But I believe in you. That's the other part. It's believing. It's like, brother, right here, it's about believing in folk. But you got to believe in yourself first. Okay? It's possible. That's why I live every day saying it's possible.
My brother, I don't want to get too far into what you're going to do because I know you're going to talk to him a great deal about finances. But I want to know how big is the margin between a person who's in poverty and a person who's sustaining? How big is that margin? Because a lot of times we see money with no value. We just see it as, oh, I'm spending this, especially now because y'all ain't really got no responsibility. It's like y'all just see it and y'all spend it.
Yeah.
What would do? Are the habits really big and different between a person who's poor and a person that's rich? And I just want to know how big that margin is so they can see it. Because I don't think it takes that much to where you want to be at.
It's a big difference in the habits, but as far as the process, it's just a change in the mindset. You know, wealthy individuals, they budget and they live below their means. And I'm explaining that really briefly. Anybody know what a budget is?
Yep.
What's a budget?
A budget is like, so say you're only making a certain amount a month.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to spend something on like entirely too much. You want to make sure that you stay within your budget. You want to make sure that you're not spending like what you're not spending as much as you make.
Right.
What you make.
That's really good. Somebody else had the hand raised? What's a budget?
Just like really that roof that you set will be your money that you don't want to succeed.
Man.
Like you don't want it to go over that line, not even $1, not even a penny more.
Yeah.
You want to stay under it.
Yeah, smart. One more. What's a budget? Both of those are right answers. How I like to define it is a budget is simply telling your money where to go so you don't wonder where it went. Telling your money where to go so you don't wonder where it went. Because when you have a plan, what everybody's been saying here is having a plan. That's really all the budget is, having a plan for your money. I come from the hood, we call it the hood, right?
Yeah.
Poverty. Chris, the difference, poverty. Poverty mindset means, you know what, I see this, and we live in a society that even if you don't have the money, oh, get a credit card, go get it anyway. And then now you're owing somebody. And so the mindset of wealthy individuals, you know what, I don't want to be in debt. I want to only buy things that I have the money to pay for. And I don't want to just blow my money. So living below your means. If you make $1,000 a month, don't spend $2,000. It's really simple principle. Because if you spend $2,000 a month, guess what? Every month you're going to be $1,000 in the hole. So if you make 1,000, I think there's 3 things you can do with money. This is what I live by. You can give, save, and have fun. Those are 3 things that I do, and all 3 are important. Giving it's helpful because number 1, it helps you to recognize life ain't just about you, right? You know, it's not just about you getting a new car, you getting a new Jordans or clothes or whatever, LeBrons, you guys, I don't know, Kyrie's. It ain't just about you. Saving because you want to think about the future. If you're having a plan, you want to have money for the future. And then having fun. You know, money's there to have fun as well. But really, Chris, to answer your question, it's the margin, it really is just, it's not difficult, but it's just a change in the mindset. And that's what had to happen to me personally, because I can talk from all spectrums. I used to have what I call a poverty broke mindset. I would go buy Jordans instead of paying my light bill. Then I had to have a mindset when this ain't working. You know what I mean? So once you realize that this ain't working, then you make that change.
You mean those shoes weren't going in the dark?
The shoes wasn't going in the dark, and they didn't make me fly.
I know that's right.
You know, it's a different mindset you have to have. And living below your means, you begin to build wealth, and you gotta think too, you guys are young men. You're gonna, you know, as Cedric mentioned, you know, he has children. You know, you guys gonna have a family one day, or if you desire a family, a wife, children, you know, so you're not just making decisions for yourself. I have a 9-month-old daughter. She's just beautiful, the joy of my life right now. And like my man mentioned, you know, she's gonna want a bottle, she's gonna want milk every day. I gotta work, I gotta make sure our family's living below our means so that we can continue to provide. And you know, Harold, you know, he's a hungry, growing young man. And so he opened the refrigerator, you know, I said, you see me working? I said, I'm working so we can eat.
That's right.